Okay, this time I'm actually going to do it. 5 minutes later, he's checking his phone. 10 minutes later, he's watching videos he didn't even mean to click on. An hour later, he's reorganizing his desk. 2 hours later, the assignment still hasn't been touched. Sound familiar? If it does, this video might completely change how you see yourself. Most people think this means you're lazy, that you don't have enough discipline, that you just need to want it more. But what if that's completely wrong? What if procrastination isn't proof that you're lazy, but proof that your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do? And here's what psychologists eventually discovered. Your brain isn't trying to ruin your life. It thinks it's saving it. It's trying to protect you. The problem is, it can't tell the difference between something that's uncomfortable and something that's actually dangerous. Once you understand that, you'll never look at procrastination the same way again. Imagine you have a huge project due next week. You know you should start. You even want to start, but instead, you suddenly remember the laundry. Your room has never looked so messy. Even answering emails feels exciting. Why? Because your brain isn't avoiding the work. It's avoiding how the work makes you feel. Think about the last project you procrastinated on. Was the assignment painful? Probably not. The feeling before starting was stress, uncertainty, the possibility of failing. Here's the one sentence I want you to remember from this entire video. Your brain doesn't hate work. It hates discomfort. And those two things are not the same. That's a huge difference. Imagine your brain as an overprotective parent. The second something makes you anxious, it grabs your hand and says, let's do literally anything else. It doesn't care if avoiding the task creates 10 times more stress tomorrow. Its only goal is making you feel better right now. Think about the version of you that exists tomorrow. That person is an absolute superhero. Tomorrow's version of you is going to wake up early, exercise, study, eat healthier, clean the room, finish the project. Somehow, future you always has everything under control. But here's the funny part. Your brain treats future you almost like a completely different person. Psychologists call this present bias. Our brains naturally value rewards that happen now more than rewards that happen later. That's why scrolling social media feels irresistible. The reward is immediate. Finishing your assignment? That reward might not come for days. So your brain quietly makes a trade. It exchanges long-term success for short-term comfort. Not because it's stupid, because that's exactly how it evolved. But here's where things become slightly terrifying. Every day you avoid it, your imagination quietly edits the story. The project gets bigger, you get smaller, scarier, harder. Your brain loves certainty. Big projects don't have certainty. They have questions. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? Where do I even begin? Brain imaging research has found that emotional pain and physical pain activate many of the same brain regions. So when thinking about a project makes you anxious, your brain reacts as if something genuinely threatening is happening. And here's the cruel irony. Every day you avoid the project, your imagination quietly adds another 100 feet to the mountain, until eventually the project itself isn't the problem anymore. Your fear of the project is. Most people have motivation backwards. They think, once I feel motivated, then I'll start. But psychology suggests something different. Action often creates motivation. Not the other way around. The hardest part isn't finishing, it's starting. Once you start, your brain finally gets evidence instead of assumptions. The moment you write one sentence, solve one problem, or read one page, your brain gets new information. Wait, maybe this isn't actually dangerous. That's why one of the simplest techniques is also one of the most effective. Don't tell yourself to finish the project. Tell yourself to spend just 2 minutes. You're not trying to complete it. You're teaching your brain that it's safe to begin. Imagine spending years believing you're lazy when the real problem was that nobody ever explained how your brain actually works. That's what makes procrastination so frustrating. People blame themselves for a system they don't understand, but now you do. The next time you catch yourself procrastinating, don't ask, why am I so lazy? Ask something much more powerful. What feeling is my brain trying to escape? That single question changes everything. Because procrastination usually isn't a time management problem, it's an emotion management problem. And that's actually good news, because emotions can change, which means procrastination can too. The next time you tell yourself, I'll start in 5 minutes, pause. Because your brain isn't asking for 5 minutes, it's asking for relief. Now you'll recognize the difference. Understanding your brain won't magically eliminate procrastination, but it will stop you from fighting the wrong enemy. And that's how real change begins. One better decision, one new understanding, one small step at a time. If you want to become someone who understands yourself a little better with every video, who understands people instead of simply reacting to them, and who gains an edge in life by understanding human behavior, I'd love to have you here. Until next time, stay curious and a little less clueless.